Okay, so I've already done the video on Yuzu and kind of the fallout from that, but there's another domino effect that seems to be starting to take place. So coming from gaming on Linux, Drastic, the Nintendo DS emulator, has gone free of charge after Yuzu settled with Nintendo out of court. So basically, Exophase wrote, I want to make it clear that I don't have any kind of financial incentive, stating that the Yuzu situation made it more urgent for the software to go free. I just changed, so this is a quote from Exophase. I just changed the app on Google Play to free. Don't intend to even have it on there for that much longer, but I want to make it clear that I don't have any kind of financial incentive to not opening the source. Releasing the source in short order is something I fully intend on doing. This change can't be undone, so that's it. I was already planning on this a while ago, so it's not simply due to the Nintendo stuff that just made the whole process more urgent, which I guess is a good thing, because I'm terrible at doing things. So you're already charging $5 for a Nintendo DS emulator, and you're saying that you're going to open source it, and that you are going to make it free anyway. I don't have a financial incentive, but I'm charging $5 for this thing. So, I'm going to make it free just to make it clear that I don't have a financial incentive after all the fallout from Yuzu. There's a halfway point where I find it hard to believe because Google Play doesn't quite charge the yearly fee that Apple does on their emulators, or I mean on apps on the storefront. When I signed up for a developer account a while ago, and it was like a 25 single fee charge, and I still get email newsletters about it. So Drastic going is free on the Google Play Store, and hopefully we should see source code popping up somewhere. So one thing I noted as I was looking around for other paid emulators that could possibly have like decided to do the same thing. So you've got on Google Play, there's Nest.amu, which is just an FCE Ultra front end for Android. And apparently it's simpler. It's only $4. I haven't seen anything on that. Let's see. Usually it tells you if there's in-app crap up here, and it doesn't look like there is because it's paid for up front. You've got John's various emulators, GBA, GB Lite, whatever. So you go GBC Lite, contains ads. So this creates a financial incentive here. Depending on what Nintendo does, I don't know if it's going to become an issue for every like small mom pa whatever emulator that they're going to be like, I'm going to go free because of the Yuzu fallout. But there's still a number of paid emulators on there when they don't need to really be. And some of them only provide like a front end. Some of them are more convenient, and that's what you're paying for, is the front end to a core that is already really good that's based on libretro. But yeah, so Batocera had, apparently there was a Drastic version for Raspberry Pi, but this means that we could get Drastic for other platforms outside of ARM platforms. But yeah, so we may see more emulators like kind of taking the domino effect after Yuzu shut down and Tropic Haze shut down their operations on emulation. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out of like the whole fallout, as we see more people making shifts on it. Because I've seen even Harbor Masters, the ship of Harkinian, like, don't talk about this, but they were already proactively like axing any piracy talk anyway. It's, you see this in a lot of circles where people shut down piracy talk. There is no financial incentive, and Tropic Haze just happened to have a setup going where they were doing things with a financial connection, and Nintendo caught wind of it and shut them down doing it. And even as I was watching around yesterday, a bunch of journalists were talking about Yuzu, the New Switch emulator. Can I spell? Not using mirror, but this, it looks like this is another good one that you can look at again. So let's see. So a lot of these so far, Mac OS build instructions, a lot of documentation updates, but yeah. So back, but yeah, you've got the Yuzu mirror already. Bunch of journalists were talking about Yuzu, and Yuzu was a fork that had no source code and got rid of all the source code, started a Patreon, and possibly got some money out of like doing nothing and looking for developers up out of nothing. So like here, you've got Yuzu and Suyu. So Yuzu's already shut down, and Suyu's archived and is only read-only. We can go on GitHub, so we can go to Suyu here. So they've already changed the documentation. We look at this. This is like after Brody's video, obviously. So we can go look through the commit history. Let me commits. And let's see, we've got a Linux CI for GitLab. Moved reference to old stuff. README. Old branding removed. Placed. Fix missing. Blah, blah, blah. Fix typo. By rebrand. So why more rebranding? A lot of it seems to be rebranding so far, which is kind of a big part of forking a project, is rebranding a bunch of things and making sure that all the stuff come out correctly. So yeah, so there are other forks of it. So whether Suyu or the Yuzu mirror become kind of the popular ones to be, it'll be interesting to see who comes out on top, being as Citra and Yuzu have both been taken off of Emudex support. So you can still somewhat install them, but we'll see how many repositories get rid of Citra and Yuzu after all the fallout, and whether you have to go to archive.org to actually get them, and how many emulators. What's really going to be interesting is how many emulators drop their pricing and their overt, like, give me money and I'll get rid of these inconveniences for you stuff, in order to keep Nintendo off their backs. Because Project 64 is open source, but it still has like that annoying pop-up window. So if I go into bottles here, which is where I have Project 64 installed, and I run it up here, I'm stuck with a window that goes for 30 seconds before I can really access anything in the emulator. So, and I can't really even close it either. So it'll be interesting to see if some of these inconveniences get dropped because of the financial incentive behind them, because Nintendo is Nintendo. If you enjoyed the video, then like, comment, subscribe, feed the algorithm, boost the video up, share this video with your friends. If you found it informative or you just want to chat, I've got plenty of places in the description, Discord, Guilded, and what have you. Check those out, and I will see you guys in the next one.